Hello, I'm Joseph Gallagher, and for the last 2.5 years I have been the design and project manager here at Sol PV Group. We were first presented with a fantastic opportunity to tender for Prologis UK solar sites back in November 2023. This required us to produce a design portfolio for 7 different Prologis sites across the UK, along with EPC and O&M pricing for each individual project. The tender process was divided into 3 phases. Phase 1, pre-selection. A list of potential contractors were invited to submit company-related information in order to qualify for Phase 2. Phase 2 was a request for tenders. So the best candidates from the pre-selection, which we were fortunate enough to be included in, received all the necessary information regarding the tender. We were then required to submit a comprehensive offer covering the entire scope of works. We were then assessed using a variety of criteria, the primary measures being profitability of the business case, technical quality, administrative quality. Phase 3, best and final offer. The best candidates from Phase 2 were invited to participate in this phase, and once again we were lucky enough to be one of the companies considered to complete this final stage. This phase started with a meeting during which we, the tenderer, were given the opportunity to present our company, explain our offer and answer any questions about it. We were then required to finalise our tender and submit them the final assessment. Thankfully, after this, we were nominated as one of 2 preferred suppliers for Prologis UK solar installations. Prologis are the UK's leading owner, developer and investor of logistics property. They are committed to supporting their customers across all their business needs, especially when it comes to sustainability. Therefore, Prologis UK came up with a way to help their customers, the Prologis Solar Smart programme. This allows their customers to save on electricity bills and implement solar with no upfront costs or commitments beyond their lease term, paying only for energy they use at or below cost from the local utility. And they provide and maintain the system for their customers, and that's where we come in. I'd say the most challenging points of this project were initially the tender process. This was very demanding and required us to provide a large scope of works and strict specifications to meet. Due to Prologis' size and reputation, obviously they wanted the best of the best, and therefore required very in-depth design solutions along with a large volume of technical and administrative documentation. Secondly, I would say unsurprisingly was the first installation. This was because before this everything had been theoretical, designs, but actually implementing this with our first installation for a client of this magnitude was initially overwhelming. Nevertheless, due to our outstanding site team of panel fitters, electricians, along with our site managers, we successfully completed an installation that we all could be proud of. Then after completion, we received such wonderful feedback from both Prologis and the tenant. It really made everything worthwhile. And I can honestly say that personally, my knowledge of the industry and ability to manage and design installations of this magnitude has improved significantly throughout the whole process, and I wouldn't change any of it. We have now completed 3 of our initial pilot site installations, totaling 495 kilowatt peak of clean energy. These pilot sites were used as a benchmark to review our work, and if we impressed enough, continue to supply us with further installations. Thankfully, I can confirm that we now have a number of additional projects coming up this year after successfully completing our pilot site installations. So far, for the rest of 2025, we have 730 kilowatt peak of solar installations penciled in, with a number of others in the pipeline. We now look forward to continuing to develop our relationship with Prologis and continue to provide further systems for their ever-growing number of properties in the UK, and who knows, maybe even further afield into Europe one day.